When I was younger, my father would walk into my room, see the candle flickering alone, and ask, "Why don't you put out the candle when you're not here? Why waste electricity?" In the bathroom, if a drop of water slipped from the tap, it was the same. "Close it properly. Why waste water?" Little by little, these small reminders felt heavy, like criticisms, like proof of my laziness in their eyes. Today I was going to interview for the first job of my life, for a prestigious job. If I am elected, I will leave this house and get rid of my father's constant advice. I got up early in the morning, dressed in my finest clothes, smelled and began to go out, and at the door someone put his hand on my shoulder. When I looked back, Dad stood smiling, even though there were signs of disease in his eyes. He gave me some money and said, "I want you to be confident and not afraid of any question." I smiled at the admonition, thinking inside that it was also time to admonish, as if they wanted to spoil my moment of happiness. I left home, rented a taxi and headed to the company. When I got there, I was surprised. There was no concierge or receptionist, only a few guiding boards to the interview room. View to it. As I entered the door, I saw that the door handle was out of place and about to break. I immediately remembered my father's advice to stay positive, so I immediately corrected the handle. As he walked forward, he saw the garden filled with water, a pond flowing. Perhaps the money had forgotten him. I remembered my father's annoyance at the loss of water. I lowered the tap speed and let the water flow into another pool. He went up the stairs and saw the lights shining during the day. I remembered my father's face and immediately turned the lights off. When I arrived in the interview room, I saw that there were a lot of people there for the job. Looking at everyone, I thought how ordinary I looked in front of them. Then I saw whoever was going to give the interview coming back in a few minutes. I thought, if these people couldn't succeed despite all their abilities, how could I? I decided to leave the interview. As soon as I left, my name was called. I walked into God's room. 3 people were sitting in front of him, and he smiled and asked, "When do you want to take this job?" Then another said, "We deliberately put bugs in some places in the company to see who the candidate fixes them, and you fixed every bug." At that moment, everything fell into disarray in front of me. I started looking at pictures of my father, the one who always wanted my best. I wanted to go home and kiss their hands. When I got home, I saw a crowd of people, and there were signs of sorrow on everyone's face. I arrived too late. My father was gone, and I was slow to appreciate their love and admonition. "Father, you have always shown me the right way, and I am grateful to you." Like _and_share _so_all_can_benefit.